touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling with Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man Saul. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? What is going on, you guys? Hopefully, y'all can hear me. What's going on, King Croc? Shout out to everybody, man. We out here at the Senior Bowl. Let me see if I could turn this around so y'all can see it. I don't know what how I do this. Here we go. So we are out here, man. We are out here at the Senior Bowl. What's going on? What's going on? I see people in the chat already. What up, Kendall? What's going on? Antonio in the building. Kendall, how's the Senior Bowl going so far? This is the last day of practice, but it's been really good. Can y'all hear me good? But it's been really, really good, man. I got a lot of good interviews. I got some interviews that I haven't even put out yet. I got to talk to the people that run Next Gen Stats for the NFL and for this. So, there's a lot of information we got coming out very, very soon, but it's been a lot of good stuff. Who's hot, Joe? What you mean? What you mean who's hot? Like player-wise, unspoken? There's a lot. I was just talking to James about it, man. There's a lot of really, really good talent out here. Off the top of my head, if we're talking cornerbacks, Max Melton's really impressed me. Kenyon Martin, I think everybody's impressed with him. Who else we got that's been really, really good? What's his name? I can't remember. Let me pull out the sheet because I'd be afraid. There's too many names to remember at this point. Let me pull out the sheet real quick so I don't give y'all the wrong name. What's going on, Twist? What's going on? There's been one that I've been looking at that's been doing really good, and I wanted to say his name, and I don't want to mess it up because it's a tough name. I've already messed up a bunch of people's names this week. It is. You know, it's crazy because going into this, I really wanted to see Kalen King do well. I feel like he's kind of hasn't been good, to be honest with you. He's kind of been getting beat up, if I'm being real with you. But Shaw Smith-Wade's done pretty well. I haven't seen too much of Kyrie Jackson. A couple people told me he's been doing well. As far as DBs go, continuing, Cole Bishop has done pretty well. If you're talking about linebackers, J.D. Bentron and Peyton Wilson is a guy that I'm in love with right now. Who else we got that's been doing pretty well? That's it from the national team. For the other side of the ball, Jarvis Brownlee Jr. has been somebody that's really stuck out. Bo Brady from Maryland, the safety, he's done well. There's been a good amount of players that have done pretty well, man. There's been a good amount of players that have done pretty well. I did get an interview with what's his name from Florida. There's too many players out here, man. What's his name? Braden Fisk. There we go. Kept wanting to say Braylon Trice, but Braden Fisk, I was able to get him, so that was a good interview. Peyton Wilson is the man. Would look great in the Eagles green. Yeah, I think so too, man. I get the injury history concern. I definitely get that. It's hard to ignore what he did to this week, man. He looks good, and just talking to him, he sounds good. He sounds like a guy that just loves football. Wide receiver from Michigan, Roman Wilson. He's been doing really, really good. Really good. What's going on, Carlos? There's been a couple good wide receivers out here. Ladd McConkey's had a couple good days. Obviously, McCaffrey is a big name that a lot of people are talking about right now. He had a couple good days. He's honestly had a whole good week. He's been doing really good. Who else has done good? Xavier Legette hasn't been great, But he's done all right. He's done all right. He's definitely gotten beat a couple times, but he hasn't been terrible. I'll say that. Yeah, James is still here. He's doing an interview right now. That's why I was like, let me get on live and see who's out here. I'm trying to think who else wide receiver wise. I'm trying to do everything with one hand. So excuse me for taking a little bit of time. But I figured if y'all want to watch, I lost a little bit of connection. Am I hearing any rumors about who the Birds are looking at? They've been talking to a lot of people. It's hard because I don't want to tell you that. Like they've talked to some of these players out here, but everybody's talking to everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those. They have scheduled meetings for all 32 teams, so they usually go through a good amount of them. So it's kind of hard to say, this guy's definitely gonna get picked. Wait till the combine. That's when you'll really get good answers because you'll have more time. Dylan Lube's done really good. Yeah, you guys talked about Roman Wilson. Malachi Corley's definitely made himself some money this week. Ricky Purcell's done good. Jacob Cowing was doing all right. He just got carted off earlier, so that's a little bit worrisome. What guys, regardless of position, have stood out to me? I brought up Max Melton. I like Christian Haynes from Connecticut. He's a guard, but he's played a lot of center. He played center in spring, and he's doing center out here as well, taking a lot of reps at center. Tyler Guyton is another guy. He's really, really big. He's a little awkward. I know a lot of people are talking about him as possibly a guy that replaces Lane Johnson. He's a little awkward. He's a big dude, so it's hard for him to get lower than other players, but he's a monster. He's mauling people out here. So he's definitely somebody to keep an eye on. Tavondre Sweat has impressed me at least yesterday. The first day was a little bit tough for him. It didn't look like he was like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just didn't feel like the switch was on. I felt like he was getting stood up by a lot of players. Yesterday, he was just mauling players. There's that viral video that's on the internet, so you guys saw that, I'm sure. But he was just mauling players. Malik Mustafa is a guy I really, really am high on. I think that the versatility he brings is just crazy. Latu, obviously, but Latu's not playing. Jackson Powers Johnson is not playing. So there's definitely a lot of good players in this Senior Bowl right now that I'm excited to see. What's going on, Texas Eagle? What's going on, Cool Cat Connor in the building? What's going on, everybody? But nah, yeah, there's a lot of good players. I could go down the list. Everybody's shown me something. I will say the only people that kind of, who also have shown me some stuff is gonna be the tight end group. You got Brevin Smith, I believe his last name is. You got Jared Wiley. You got Theo Johnson doing well. So there's a lot of good players out here, man. Are we drafting GA players again for 3 straight years? It's a possibility, man. It's always a possibility. What's going on, Stu? It's definitely a possibility. This year, I think that is going to be a little bit more spread out. You got a lot of really good players. If we're looking at Georgia, though, Bullard is a good player. Safety. Any Longhorns impressed me. The offensive linemen they have. Let me grab the sheet again, and because I don't want to give you guys the wrong name. They have an offensive lineman that kept on just flashing. Of course, it's not on this page. What's going on, King Eagle? What's going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. All right, hold on. I'm about to get it right now. So, all right, not Longhorn, but Texas A&M got a couple offensive linemen. McKinley Jackson for defensive line. Texas, Christian Jones. That's what it was. So, along with Christian Jones from Texas, he's been looking really good. Ladd has looked really good. Is Marvin Harrison there? No, Marvin Harrison is not. Is not here. What running back looking good out there? A couple. Ray Davis has looked good. Obviously, Dylan Lube. I hope I'm saying his last name right, but he's looked really, really good. I got to talk to him yesterday. He's really good. So I'm a UG fan. Thought Bullard underachieved this past season. I feel you. I feel the same way about Kalen King. I'm hoping that if they're gamers, I'm hoping that they figure it out. But now I mean Javon Bullard, he hasn't flashed, but he's looked pretty good. When I have seen him, he's been doing pretty good. Talise Fuaga and Christian Mahogany at right guard. So it's funny with Talise. I talked to Latu yesterday, and I asked him who was giving him the most work out here, who he was, most impressed with as far as their one-on-ones go. He brought up Fuaga, so that might be a guy. Castro, did you hear Seattle keeping that defensive back coach? That sucks. Pissed. Yeah, and then Dan Quinn going to Washington. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sucks for them. Sucks to suck. Lassiter's my guy. Lassiter's a good player. There's a lot of good cornerbacks in this draft. There's a lot. Enos Regstraw is out here. He's really good as well. There's a lot of good corners, a lot of good defensive linemen. Braden Fisk, he's made some money this week. Definitely made some money this week. You look at, I'm trying to think of interior guys. Hall, oh boy from OSU. You got some dogs on the interior of the defensive and offensive line. Actually, you guys are looking at that right now. I wish I could zoom in. You can't zoom in, right? No, you can't zoom in. Wish I could zoom in so y'all can see a little bit better. I wanted to get out of people's way. I didn't want to be talking on live in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be rude. But yeah, how do you feel about the Niners Chiefs Super Bowl? I feel like I'm not going to be watching the Super Bowl this year. That's how I feel. I'm so mad that is I at least wanted it to maybe be like the Ravens. I'm going to be rooting for the Chiefs, though. I hate the Niners, so hopefully the Chiefs go out there and beat that ass. You know what I'm saying? Do something for us. But it should be a good game. It should be a good game. It is what it is. Just because I don't like them, it don't mean it ain't going to be a good game. How do you feel about the Chiefs and Niners? I mean, y'all the ones that really matter. It is what it is. I don't like it, but Eagles ain't do their job. So we should have been out there. We're not going to be. It is what it is. We just got to look forward now. But this is going to be a good draft season, man. I'm excited about this, man. A lot of great players. But I'm telling y'all, Christian Haynes, that's the guy I want. I want him coming to the Eagles because he can play guard, he can play center, so it gives you that flexibility with a guy like Cam Jurgens where you don't really know what he's going to do. And Christian Haynes probably isn't going to be a first-round guy. I mean, if he is, that's awesome, but he most likely won't be a first-round guy, so he can be a guy that I wouldn't even be mad if you sat him for a year behind Kelsey. And Jackson Powers Johnson, I mean, he's most likely going to be a first-round pick. It's going to be hard-pressed for me to see somebody go before him. And he's really, really shown out. So I'm guessing NFL coaches are there watching prospects for the draft. Yeah, you got a couple of them. They're all over there, though, on the other side. You see how we're kind of separated. But for the Eagles, not many people. A lot of scouts, but not a lot of I haven't seen Howie. I haven't seen anybody like that. Fran Duffy's out here. I was just talking to Fran Duffy real quick. But as far as that, I mean, there really isn't many people out here. It's the content creators, Which corner do you want the Eagles to draft? Depends where. If we're going like first round, I would love Kenyon Mitchell. I would love Kenyon. But I like Max Melton a lot. I really do. I like Max Melton a lot. He's fast. He's sticky. He was just, and in all the one-on-ones, he was just right in the guy's hip pocket. So I really like him. Lassiter's a guy I could see in the first round. Who else we got? Chris Drain Abrams is somebody I like. Kyrie Jackson is somebody I like a little bit later. I wouldn't even be mad at Kalen. I'm going to be real with you. I would not be mad at Kalen at all. I think he's pretty good. So, I mean, there's a couple guys. What's going on, King DV? Is Tomlin out there for the Steelers? He is. Yeah, he is. Kool-Aid. Arnold is another good. Yeah, Kool-Aid. I like Kool-Aid McKinstry, but I'm starting to kind of feel like people are a little bit overly hyped on him. I do think that he's probably a first-round pick, maybe second-round pick, but I think people are getting a little bit overly hyped on him. I think people are just kind of enamored with his name and who he is. My boy Max Melton is putting on a show out there. He definitely is. He definitely is, man. And I've gotten to talk to him a couple times. I know his cousin, which was really cool, and we kind of bonded over that. And his brother is Bo Melton. I think he plays for the Packers, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got a little bit of blood in him. And Jerry Rice is out here. Jerry Rice's son is obviously in the Senior Bowl. Christian McCaffrey's brother is out here. So It's been cool. What's going on, Linda? What's going on? Eagles Steelers next season. You guys probably will kick our ass. Hopefully the Eagles figure it out, man. It is what it is. I'm not even thinking about the games next year. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm still hurt that we lost this year. I'm gonna be all the way on it with you. It still hurts my heart that we went out like we did, man. But it is what it is. What you gonna do about it, right? You can't cry over spilt milk. So it's his what it is. But what's going on, Jacob? What's going on? Max Mountain from Rutgers. Yeah, I overheard him saying that he's Quint. His real name is Malachi. I gotta look that up. I heard Quentin Mitchell might have solidified himself to be a top 15 player. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Him and Jackson Powers Johnson, man, they ate. They ate. I can't think of one bad rep from either of them to be 100%. Well, Quinyon, he definitely got. He had a couple reps that he got beat, but I wouldn't call them bad reps. You know what I'm saying? I know you feeling better about our movement stuff. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, the Eagles, we always win the offseason. We are not a team that just sits there. I really thought you guys would go to the championship game. I ain't expect you to. You ain't alone. You ain't alone. How's Johnny Wilson doing? He's doing all right. Apparently, he don't want to talk to no media. A couple of us have tried to get Johnny, so he don't want to talk to us. It is what it is. He don't like us. Who am I most intrigued by so far? That's a great question. Um, that's a great question. Who am I most intrigued by so far? Probably Jared Wiley, because I do feel like the tight end group is really slept on. I really do. Maybe that's just me, but I really like him. Cam Kitchens has looked good out here. Kim's looked good out here. Cole Bishop has looked pretty good out here. Dylan Lube is probably the one I'm most intrigued with, to be real with you, because he just came out of nowhere and he's just been killing it. He looks like he belongs out here. You know what I'm saying? And he's a really down to earth guy too. So, and obviously he said that he wants to be like Christian McCaffrey. So I heard the Eagles met with Roman Wilson. The Eagles have met with just about everybody. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not trying to take away from anybody reporting stuff. You know, they're not lying. You know, but the Eagles have met with just about everybody. After a couple people told me, yeah, they already met. I was just like, all right, I get it. Who do you feel would be the steal of the draft? Are we talking just out of the Senior Bowl or in general? We're talking about just at the Senior Bowl or in general, because I think that's two different answers, to be honest with you. But if we're talking about just at the Senior Bowl, I might have to go with one of these wide receivers. If I'm being real with you, I might have to go with one of these receivers. Like, let me look at my sheet. I got everything written down, and I ain't trying to give y'all the wrong name. So, pardon me. I apologize. Malachi Corley, Luke McCaffrey. I don't know if he would be a steal. I think people are understanding what he is. There's some good. I would have to go with one of the wide receivers. Anybody stuck out at right tackle, because that's probably where we're going. Um, I would say Guyton. I would say Guyton probably stuck out the most, but there's definitely some other guys. Malachi Corley looks a little Debo-ish. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Got a big body, got strong hands. Xavier Leggett looks like a big body guy. He's not tall or anything like that, but he's definitely got some size on him. Oh shoot, I'm dropping stuff over here. Yeah, but we will be going live. Me and James will be going live to go over like all the senior day stuff, senior bowl stuff tomorrow before the game, or at least tomorrow. The game's the next day. But so I just wanted to come on here and say what up to everybody. To be honest, what's going on, Kataya's mom? What's going on? And shout out to everybody that's been supporting, man. Whether you send them, donations, whatever it is, I really appreciate everybody. Y'all don't understand how much it helps, man. For real. Yeah, because like Xavier Leggett he's 223. That boy is not small. He's only like 6'1", but he's like 223. And Jared Wiley's 6'6". He looks like he's 10 feet tall. when you stand next to him. Peyton Wilson, I'm surprised I didn't bring him up. Peyton Wilson has definitely stuck out to me. If Johnson Powers is there at 22, take him. I agree, to be honest with you. He can't pass you twice. I'll say that much. If he's there at round one and you take somebody else, I'm not gonna blow my lid. I'm not gonna be the maddest person in the world. But if he's there in your second round pick, you gotta take him. You gotta take him. We appreciate you guys' work out there. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy, but be careful. You know how they are. We have holding chairs at the ready. Yeah, they crazy out here. Alabama's cool though. Alabama's pretty nice. And uh, I was chilling with Fourth and John. Gail Saunders is out here and everything. So I was chilling with him. We're probably gonna get it popping tonight. We're probably gonna actually go out there and have some fun because the past couple of days it's been work, work, work. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get home early, edit stuff, and make sure I give y'all good content. But this week we gonna this next couple of days, I'm gonna be a fan. I'm gonna enjoy myself. You got the drills out here on this side. They've been playing good music too. I'll say that, and they fed us good. They fed us pretty good yesterday. Had some shrimp and grits and stuff. I was cool with it. I was cool with it. But look at how many people. It's pretty cool. A lot of people out here for I hate spell check. You good. You good. I knew what you back in times, but I get it. Yeah, talk about moms. Shout out to Max Melton's mom, because she liked this stream. So shout out to you. She follows me. Shout out to Max Melton. Shout out to Jackson Power Johnson's mom. She follows me. Shout out to both of them, man. You guys got some amazing kids, some down to earth kids. Jackson Powers Johnson, if y'all didn't see my interview with him on Twitter, he said he's tush push ready. He said he's ready for the brotherly shove. He loves it. So, he's really big into Jason Kelsey. He said he looks up to him. That's a guy that he definitely studies and wants to emulate. So I mean everything JPJ said it sounded right. He said everything right. He said everything right. But yeah, today they taking it easy. Latu isn't practicing. Powers Johnson isn't practicing. Kenyon Mitchell is not practicing. I don't think all three of those, I don't think any of them are going to be playing tomorrow or Saturday, I should say. So, I mean, we got the real stuff out yesterday and the day before that. Those were the real days. But now it's just, kind of getting warmed up, getting ready for the game Saturday. I know a lot of these kids are going to be probably going out tonight. That's why I want to go out. I know where they staying. We gonna chop it up. We gonna chop it up, man. I know where all the GMs and stuff are, so we gonna chop it up. We are definitely going to chop it up and see how people are feeling. But I will say, don't get too, because I've had to say this to myself. All right. And this is what the motto of the Senior Bowl right now. Don't forget what you saw, loving what you see. All right. There's going to be a lot of people that show out in the Senior Bowl game, a lot of people that have shown out at the Senior Bowl practices, but don't forget film. Don't forget what they did throughout their career. Look at that. And it goes for both sides, right? It goes for guys that you like and guys that have struggled. Don't let this sway you too far. You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing. How's the linebackers looking? Really good, man. Really good. You got Gray out here. You got Wilson out here. You got some really. I haven't seen Ickenberg. I don't know if he came out here, but you got some really good ones, man. Trice Knight, I think his name is, from UTEP. He's done really good. They moved one of the safeties to linebacker. They've had some guys. They've had some guys out here, man. Linebacker is definitely a position I hope that the Eagles are able to solidify in this draft. I wouldn't be mad if they took two. I know I've been really high on Edgerrin Cooper. Which linebacker you see we should draft? Out here, Peyton. Out here is not even that close, to be honest with you. It's Peyton for me. Gray is a guy that's probably next up in that list. But Peyton, he's done everything right, man. He's done everything right this week. So if he can stay healthy, I think he's one of the better, if not one of the best linebackers in the draft, to be real with you. But I love Edgerrin Cooper too. That's my guy, but he's not out here. So are they warming up? But shout out to everybody out here, man. Shout out to all the content creators out here. I saw Bird Gang. Excuse me. I saw Simone. I said I saw Fourth and John. So, shout out Devin Jackson. Shout out to my guy, Devin Jackson. A lot of good people out here. Inside the Birds is obviously out here. Like I said, Fran is out here. Do we have a chance to pick Trotter Jr.? Yeah, we have a chance. I like Jeremiah Trotter. I love Jeremiah Trotter. He's a dog. But yeah, and I'm not saying this you specifically, but y'all starting to make me not really care about him because it's like, yeah, I get it. I get the name. I get all that. His father used to be here. I get it. But he's not. If you guys don't like Nakobe Dean because of his size, you're not going to like Jeremiah Trotter. So it's like, I really don't. I don't know. I think that there's better linebacker prospects. I really do. I love him, though. I do. I really do love him. If he came to Philly, I would love it. I'm not talking junk. He's not trash by any means. But, there's other guys. There's definitely other guys. But we definitely do have a chance at getting Trotter. Somebody mocked Jeremiah Trotter to the Eagles, and his father, did the little eye emoji. So I'm sure he'd love it. I'm sure it'll be cool. A nice little homecoming. But he's not the end-all, be-all. If we don't get Trotter, we'll be all right. We need Edgar and Cooper or Peyton Wilson, maybe both. I'd take both. And that's the thing. If you want to do that, too, if you want to maybe take a Jeremiah Trotter and then, down the line you take somebody else, maybe like a Peyton Wilson if he drops a little bit because of his health, then you do that. I'm cool with that. Junior Colton has been looking good. Edgar and Cooper and or Junior Colton. You see any QB3 for us? No. I'm going to be real with you now. I'm good. I'm good on all these guys. I'm going to be real with you. I'm sorry. maybe that's hating. Maybe that's just me hating, but I'm good on all these guys, man. What good DTs do you see? A bunch of them, man. OSU kid, Hall. Tavondre Sweat is more of like a gap eater. Like I said, yesterday, he definitely showed out yesterday. I can't hate on yesterday, but he's not really a guy I see being a big, effective guy and pass rush, more of just a run stopper. I haven't seen too much of Byron Murphy. I don't even know if he's out here, to be honest. Do you see a cornerback for us? I see a couple, man. I see a couple. I would love Kenyon. I would love Max Moten. I would love. Let me go through. I'll go through the cornerbacks. Make sure I'm not forgetting nobody's name. Nehemiah Pritchard is somebody that I wouldn't be mad at. I could get behind him. Chris Abrams-Drain is somebody I can get behind. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. has been really showing out. He's really upped his stock, in my opinion. There's a couple corners out here. Yeah, I know who Byron Murphy is. He hasn't stuck out to me if he's out here. I thought he was supposed to be out here, if I'm not mistaken. And again, this is really just impromptu, so I apologize for not having all my notes ready and stuff like that. Hold on, I'm sorry. But Dwayne Carter is definitely stuck out to me. Michael Hall is the guy I keep talking about from Ohio State. Isaiah Adams from Illinois. No, that's not who I was talking about. From Adisa Isaac from Penn State has jumped off, man. That boy is nasty. That boy is fast. He's not the strongest, but he is fast. Draft the OT who we like. There's a lot of guys out here. Who is a prospect that looks like trash that you've been hyping up to be GJ? It's a perfect fit for Dallas. I will say this, but I don't think anybody's been trash. I've been disappointed in a couple guys as far as me wanting to see them do well, and I just don't feel like they have. Mainly Kalen King. I feel like he just has not looked good, man. He's been getting beat basically on every one-on-one, but I still have high hopes for him. But everybody's looked good. Everybody's had good days. I think everybody that did poorly in day one did well in day two. You know what I'm saying? At the very least. So I'm cool. When am I gonna start the draft show? Tomorrow. Tomorrow, me and James will be going in depth. I saw Christian Haynes, offensive tackle. He's a guard, so he's a guard and a center. I would love for Haynes to be here, bro. Oh my God, he's from Connecticut. Well, he's from UConn. Shout out to UConn. So I would love to see him with Philadelphia, and he's down to play guard or center. So that's a guy that can definitely step right in for us and be a starter for us. Because like I said, we don't know if Jason Kelsey does leave, which he might, most likely, right? But even if he doesn't, I think that Haynes is somebody for the future, man. I would love. And honestly, even if Haynes is better than Cam Jurgens at guard, because I'm not sure if Cam Jurgens is somebody I want to stay at guard. So I like Haynes a lot, man. And I think you get him day two. So he's a guy I'm very, very high on. His teammate, Eric Watts out of UConn, he's a defensive lineman. I like him too. Late round pick, but I like him too. There's a lot of good players. This is hands down one of the best uh, Senior Bowl rosters we may have ever seen, obviously with the addition of juniors and stuff. So, but either way, I do got to get out of here, man. My phone's about to die. I appreciate everybody that has tuned in, man. Be sure to be on the lookout for our lives tomorrow. If you guys want to donate in any way, you guys can go on over to the GoFundMe or Cash App or Venmo, whatever it may be. But y'all don't have to. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. But I'll see y'all soon, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly Goes Fly. We out here. Peace!